Top 30 remote job interview questions and answers. Remote jobs are increasingly popular as companies embrace flexible work arrangements that promote productivity and work-life balance. However, succeeding in remote positions requires more than technical skills. It demands discipline, communication, adaptability, and self-motivation. Employers carefully evaluate candidates' ability to work independently while staying connected with their teams. In this guide, we cover the top 30 remote job interview questions and provide clear, thoughtful answers to help you prepare effectively and showcase your remote work readiness. 1. Why do you want to work remotely? I want to work remotely because it provides flexibility, allows me to focus better, and enables a healthier work-life balance. Working remotely reduces commuting time, helping me stay more productive and energized throughout the day. It also gives me the freedom to create a personalized workspace that enhances my efficiency. I value results-driven environments, and remote work offers the opportunity to deliver quality outcomes while managing my responsibilities responsibly and maintaining better overall well-being. 2. How do you stay motivated when working from home? I stay motivated by creating a structured daily routine, setting clear goals, and maintaining a dedicated workspace. I use productivity tools like calendars and task managers to stay on track and reward myself after achieving milestones. Regular breaks, exercise, and good time management help me maintain focus. I also remind myself of the bigger purpose behind my work, which keeps me engaged and motivated even when working independently, without in-person supervision. 3. What remote work tools are you familiar with? I am highly familiar with tools that support remote productivity, including Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Slack, and Google Workspace for communication and collaboration. For project management, I use Trello, Asana, and Monday.com. I also utilize cloud storage solutions such as Google Drive and Dropbox for secure file sharing. Additionally, I am comfortable with time tracking tools like Toggle and project documentation platforms like Notion. These tools help me stay connected, organized, and efficient in a remote environment. 4. How do you handle communication challenges in remote work? I handle communication challenges by being proactive, clear, and consistent in my interactions. I use video conferencing for important discussions and written communication tools for task updates to ensure clarity. I always confirm understanding by summarizing key points after meetings. If miscommunication occurs, I address it immediately and respectfully. I also make myself available during core working hours to avoid delays. Building trust through transparency and responsiveness helps minimize challenges and strengthens remote collaboration. 5. How do you manage your time while working remotely? I manage my time by setting clear priorities, breaking tasks into manageable steps, and using productivity tools like calendars and task trackers. I follow the Pomodoro technique to stay focused during work intervals, while also scheduling short breaks to avoid burnout. At the start of each day, I create a to-do list and review progress at the end. This structured approach ensures that I meet deadlines consistently while maintaining a balanced work pace. 6. What strategies do you use to avoid distractions at home? To avoid distractions, I set up a quiet, dedicated workspace and establish clear boundaries with family members. I keep my phone on silent mode during work hours and minimize access to social media. Using productivity techniques such as the 2-minute rule helps me avoid procrastination. I also schedule household tasks outside working hours to prevent interruptions. By treating my home workspace like a professional office, I ensure focus and maximize productivity throughout the day. 7. How do you ensure productivity in a remote setting? I ensure productivity by starting each day with a clear plan and prioritizing tasks according to deadlines and importance. I use tools like Asana and Trello to track progress and maintain accountability. To stay focused, I avoid multitasking and dedicate specific blocks of time to deep work. I also set measurable goals and review progress weekly. Regular check-ins with colleagues and consistent self-evaluation help me stay aligned with expectations and maintain high productivity remotely. 8. How do you handle technical issues when working remotely? I handle technical issues by first troubleshooting basic problems, such as checking internet connections, restarting software, or using backup devices. I always keep important contact details for IT support handy. Additionally, I maintain backup solutions like a mobile hotspot and store files on cloud platforms to prevent work disruption. In case of significant issues, I promptly communicate with my manager to adjust deadlines if needed, ensuring that workflow remains minimally affected by technical challenges. 9. How do you collaborate with a remote team effectively? I collaborate effectively by maintaining open, transparent communication and respecting diverse working styles. I schedule regular check-ins and use project management tools to align tasks with team goals. Actively listening, sharing updates, and providing constructive feedback help build trust. I also make use of asynchronous communication methods for flexibility, ensuring that different time zones do not hinder progress. Being reliable, respectful, and solution-oriented makes me a valuable team player in remote environments. 10. How do you stay connected with colleagues while working remotely? I stay connected with colleagues by participating actively in virtual meetings, engaging in team chats, and sharing regular updates. I make an effort to build personal connections by joining virtual team-building activities or informal coffee chats. I also practice empathy by checking in on colleagues' well-being. By balancing professional communication with social interaction, I create stronger relationships, maintain team spirit, and contribute to a positive, collaborative culture despite physical distance. 11. How do you prioritize tasks when working remotely? I prioritize tasks using methods such as the Eisenhower matrix, which helps me identify urgent and important activities. I also consider deadlines, dependencies, and team priorities when planning my workload. Breaking larger projects into smaller steps allows me to tackle tasks systematically. Each morning, I review my to-do list and adjust priorities if needed. This approach ensures I meet deadlines, handle responsibilities efficiently, and contribute effectively to the team's overall objectives. 12. What challenges have you faced while working remotely, and how did you overcome them? One challenge I faced was maintaining boundaries between work and personal life. To overcome this, I created a dedicated workspace and established fixed working hours. I also communicated expectations with family members to minimize interruptions. Another challenge was feeling isolated, so I scheduled regular virtual check-ins with colleagues to stay socially connected. These strategies helped me improve focus, productivity, and work-life balance, ultimately making my remote working experience much more effective and enjoyable. 13. How do you handle deadlines while working remotely? I handle deadlines by carefully planning tasks, breaking projects into smaller milestones, and allocating sufficient time for each step. I use calendar reminders and project management tools to track progress. If unexpected delays occur, I immediately inform stakeholders and adjust priorities to meet critical deadlines. Staying disciplined, organized, and proactive ensures I deliver quality work on time while balancing multiple projects, even in a flexible remote environment where accountability is crucial. 14. How do you maintain work-life balance when working from home? I maintain work-life balance by setting clear boundaries between work and personal life. I start and end work at consistent times and avoid checking emails outside designated hours. I also create a dedicated workspace to separate work from home life. Taking regular breaks, exercising, and spending time with family or hobbies helps me recharge. By managing my time effectively and prioritizing well-being, I ensure sustained productivity without sacrificing personal happiness. 15. How do you deal with feelings of isolation when working remotely? I deal with isolation by proactively engaging with colleagues through regular meetings, team chats, and casual conversations. I also participate in online communities and professional networks to stay socially connected. Setting up virtual coffee breaks and engaging in collaborative projects helps me feel part of the team. Outside of work, I maintain social connections with family and friends. Balancing professional interaction with personal engagement prevents loneliness and ensures a healthier remote work experience. 16. How do you approach problem solving in a remote work setting? I approach problem solving by first clearly defining the issue and gathering all relevant information. I evaluate possible solutions and weigh their potential outcomes before deciding on the best approach. If collaboration is required, I involve colleagues through video calls or chat discussions to gather diverse perspectives. I then implement the chosen solution and monitor results. Being proactive, analytical, and open to feedback helps me resolve challenges effectively, even while working independently in a remote setting. 17. How do you ensure accountability when working remotely? I ensure accountability by setting clear personal goals, meeting deadlines, and consistently updating my team on progress. I use project management tools to track my tasks and maintain visibility. I also proactively communicate any challenges or delays to avoid surprises. Taking ownership of my responsibilities and delivering on commitments builds trust. I also encourage feedback to ensure alignment with expectations. By being transparent and dependable, I demonstrate accountability in a remote work environment. 18. How do you keep yourself updated with industry trends while working remotely? I stay updated by regularly reading industry publications, following thought leaders on LinkedIn, and joining professional webinars or online conferences. I subscribe to newsletters, podcasts, and blogs relevant to my field. Additionally, I participate in virtual networking groups and discussions to exchange insights with peers. Continuous learning through online courses also helps me enhance my skills. Staying informed ensures I remain competitive, innovative, and valuable in a remote job while adapting to evolving industry demands. 19. How do you manage working across different time zones? I manage working across time zones by being flexible and respectful of other schedules. I use tools like World Time Buddy to coordinate meetings at mutually convenient times. For collaboration, I rely on asynchronous communication, such as shared documents and recorded video updates, to avoid delays. I also prioritize tasks to ensure that critical work progresses smoothly despite time differences. Clear communication and planning ensure effective collaboration across global remote teams. 20. How do you handle feedback in a remote job? I handle feedback by listening attentively, asking clarifying questions, and acknowledging areas for improvement. I take constructive criticism positively, viewing it as an opportunity to grow. I document feedback and create an action plan to address it in my future work. Regular follow-ups ensure I stay aligned with expectations. Maintaining professionalism and openness builds trust with supervisors and colleagues, making me adaptable and continuously improving, which is essential for success in a remote environment. 21. How do you manage multiple projects in a remote role? I manage multiple projects by prioritizing tasks, setting clear deadlines, and using project management tools like Asana or Monday.com. I break down large projects into smaller tasks to make progress measurable and manageable. Regularly reviewing timelines ensures I stay on track. I also communicate proactively with stakeholders about progress and potential challenges. This structured approach helps me balance multiple responsibilities effectively while maintaining high-quality outcomes in a remote working environment. 22. What is your approach to building trust with a remote team? My approach involves being reliable, transparent, and consistent in communication. I meet deadlines, provide regular updates, and deliver quality work. I also show respect for teammates' contributions and actively engage in discussions. Building trust means being responsive, honest about challenges, and willing to support others. Over time, this creates a culture of dependability and mutual respect. By demonstrating integrity and accountability, I help strengthen trust and collaboration in a remote team. 23. How do you ensure your workspace supports remote productivity? I ensure productivity by setting up a dedicated, quiet workspace with proper lighting, ergonomic furniture, and necessary equipment. I minimize distractions by keeping my area organized and free from clutter. Having high-speed internet and backup connectivity ensures uninterrupted work. I also personalize my space to create a positive atmosphere that motivates me. This professional setup allows me to maintain focus, efficiency, and comfort while working remotely for extended periods. 24. How do you manage stress in a remote work environment? I manage stress by maintaining a balanced schedule, taking short breaks, and practicing mindfulness or exercise to recharge. I focus on tasks one at a time instead of multitasking, which reduces pressure. Clear communication with my team helps manage expectations and prevents misunderstandings. I also set realistic goals and celebrate small wins to stay positive. By staying organized, healthy, and proactive, I effectively manage stress and maintain productivity while working remotely? 25. How do you adapt to changes in remote work processes? I adapt by staying flexible, open-minded, and eager to learn. When processes change, I carefully review new guidelines, ask clarifying questions, and practice using updated tools. I also take time to understand the purpose behind the change, which helps me embrace it more positively. Documenting steps and sharing feedback with my team makes transitions smoother. Adaptability is crucial in remote work, and I view changes as opportunities to grow and improve efficiency. 26. How do you handle miscommunication in remote work? When miscommunication occurs, I first clarify the issue by revisiting written instructions or asking direct questions. I remain calm and professional while seeking resolution. I prefer addressing misunderstandings quickly through a video or phone call to ensure clarity. Taking notes and summarizing conversations afterward helps prevent repeat issues. By actively listening and confirming shared understanding, I reduce the chances of ongoing confusion. This proactive approach strengthens collaboration and ensures smoother communication in remote settings. 27. How do you track your performance when working remotely? I track performance by setting measurable goals, maintaining daily to-do lists, and monitoring progress with productivity tools. I also compare results against deadlines and team expectations. Regular self-assessments and weekly reviews help me identify areas for improvement. Additionally, I request feedback from managers to ensure alignment with organizational goals. This structured system allows me to stay accountable, evaluate progress, and continuously refine my approach, ensuring I deliver consistent results in remote work. 28. How do you manage overlapping personal and work commitments remotely? I manage overlapping commitments by setting clear priorities, planning schedules in advance, and maintaining open communication with my manager if adjustments are needed. I create boundaries between personal and professional responsibilities to avoid conflict. Using time-blocking techniques allows me to dedicate specific hours to work and personal activities. Flexibility is key, but I ensure that my professional obligations are always met while maintaining balance with personal responsibilities effectively. 29. How do you handle security and confidentiality in remote work? I handle security by following company protocols, using VPNs, and ensuring strong passwords and multi-factor authentication on all accounts. I keep sensitive data encrypted and avoid using public Wi-Fi for professional tasks. Regular software updates and antivirus programs protect my devices. I also follow best practices for sharing files securely through approved platforms. By being disciplined and aware, I maintain confidentiality and ensure compliance with company standards in remote work environments. 30. Why should we hire you for a remote position? You should hire me because I am self-disciplined, organized, and highly motivated to deliver results in a remote setting. I bring strong communication, problem-solving, and collaboration skills, supported by experience with remote tools and processes. My ability to stay accountable, adapt to challenges, and maintain productivity independently makes me a strong fit. I am committed to contributing positively to your team while ensuring professional excellence and consistency in a remote environment. Preparing for remote job interviews requires more than highlighting technical skills. It's about showcasing adaptability, accountability, and communication. Employers want candidates who can thrive independently while still being strong team players. By practicing these top 30 remote job interview questions and answers, you will demonstrate the skills and mindset needed to succeed in remote roles. Confidence, preparation, and clear examples will set you apart and help secure your desired remote position.